Hey, it's that time again. You know what time it is.
Oh,
the
yeah.
one, the only News of the Square, where we give you the news that you don't need, the news that you do, and everything in between. And hopefully we'll make you laugh. And I have with me Ivan and Mike.
Me.
Yay.
And we have, okay, gentlemen, because we haven't done the show in a while, there's a boatload of stories. So this could be a longer version.
Brought to you by Supreme Steak Sauce. I'm going to drink some.
I don't know about Supreme Steak
You
Sauce.
drinking steak sauce? Really?
No.
Okay.
No, I had it
Yes.
earlier.
So this one, some of these are old, and it doesn't necessarily. So I'll be honest. Here's the first one I got, and I know we got stuff from Scott, right?
Oh, yeah.
Scott.
Scott!
So here's one. This was from December 16th, but it's still funny because Booger McFarland accidentally draws a huge penis on TV during a Monday Night Football game. I mean, it's on the Squares page. You can look at it. I'm looking at the picture. I understand what he was trying to draw. It looks like a big phallus and two balls. It does. It's right there for you.
It sounds like what some guy did in the potholes of Chicagoland. There's a guy in Chicagoland actually drawing penises around the big potholes on the Chicago streets. So that
No, I don't think it was Chicago, but someone was doing it so it would attract attention to the DOT, so they would fill the potholes.
They fill the potholes, yeah.
Right.
It's kind of amusing because what he's showing where the two cornerbacks are, and all the open space in the middle. The problem is he circles the two cornerbacks, and he makes this big, huge circle about like in between them, and it's long, and it's like, well, yeah, that.
Well, now, hey.
No, you see, this
Hello.
For all the crap that people give Booger McFarland, this is why Booger McFarland's a blessing in disguise. Plus, his name is Booger. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. He sounds like your go-to sports expert. Oh, man,
Yeah.
Booger would know this.
Booger.
Yeah.
Booger Polowski knows.
Real fast, then I'll go over to you. This one from somewhere in mid-December. A gas station offers free fuel for anyone in a bikini and doesn't expect men to take the challenge. Well, that was a mistake. They definitely. Apparently, it was in Russia. A place called Olvi was well aware of the power of advertising, decided to use it. However, the last thing that probably pops in your mind when you think of Russian men in bikinis, you're not alone. But their marketing stunt ended up with an amazing plot twist. The gas station in Samara, Russia, offered free gas for any of those who would visit them wearing a bikini. They probably only expected women to line up, but they were wrong.
Okay, I got all these men walking around in
It did not mention genders.
Speedos.
And so it was only a 3-hour promo.
Did they stuff the tops too, or what?
Was there a limit to how many liters you could buy?
I don't know, but there are pictures. I mean, we got pictures on the Square site.
Fill me up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna say yeah. There's a lot of some one pieces. Guys in a
fill me up with premium, comrade.
With heels.
Oh yeah, that Red Sun animated feature's coming soon.
Oh yeah. Well, they showed more than a sun here. That's for sure. So yeah, that happened in Russia. Weird news from Russia. Okay, what else we got?
Here's one from our resident expert in these matters, Scott.
Scott.
It's one from NBC New York. Now, of course, things are around the holidays. People are, they're desperate to get the foods and things they need. Here in Riverside, was this out of Riverside? Yeah, man stuffs shrimp down his pants in a California grocery theft. A thief stuffed a total of 30 bags of frozen shrimp down his pants in back-to-back in two burglaries of a Southern California grocery store, according to police.
He didn't walk out of there. He waddled out of there.
The man took the shrimp from a Vaughn's Market in the city of Riverside by entering the store 3 times in a span of 15 minutes on December 14th. Each time he went to the frozen food section and concealed the shrimp in his pants, Riverside police said in a statement. The stolen food had a retail value of more than $500.
It's a miracle you didn't give his nuts hyperthermia.
Isn't there a Jamie Foxx movie where he gets thrown in jail for stealing shrimp?
Yeah.
There is. There's a movie.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
We got all kinds of
it's
shrimp
Bait.
in my pants, Jen A.
I think, yeah, no, there's some. I think it's called Bait, where he gets caught because he stole shrimp.
Stole some shrimp, yeah.
I remember. He put him in his pants, and nobody noticed. How do you walk?
Nobody noticed that he
Well,
got a
security
ball
video
in
of the
his leg.
suspect on the market was posted to the police department's Facebook page, so no follow-up yet as to whether or not the man has been apprehended.
Seriously, how do you walk out of there at least twice, and nobody says a word?
I guess they just thought it was just too strange to be real, so nobody questioned it, maybe? People do that, you know.
Plus, it's got to be freezing. I mean,
Like I says, it's a miracle the guy doesn't got hyperthermia of the nuts, man.
well, I was going to say shrinkage. Definitely shrinkage.
He's definitely shrinkage.
He's got a jumbo shrimp, not anymore.
Yeah, well, no, he's got a shrimp, just not jumbo.
Now he's because he has shrimp, but they ain't jumbo. Yeah, them oysters are long gone now.
So we will let you know whether or not they've apprehended this gentleman or not. We'll let you know. Scott,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
But they apprehended
We got
this
more.
general, did you just say?
Lots.
I thought you.
Next story, Jeff.
God. Hey, Ivan,
What?
have you ever wanted your own Apollo-era Saturn rocket?
If I ever wanted my own Apollo rocket?
Apollo-era Saturn rocket?
No, but
No.
I got a feeling
Because
somebody else does.
apparently, this story is back from August, but apparently NASA was giving away an Apollo-era Saturn rocket to anyone who can carry it out.
It's free.
It's free.
NASA put it on on the edge of the driveway and said, "Free." Put a
Yeah,
free sign on it.
seriously. Yeah, here's the recycling. Go for it.
Oh, wow. Mommy, somebody sent out this thing. Can I bring it home?
Forget bring it home. How would you get it home?
Well,
We're
if you
talking
got
about a giant rocket.
okay, well then you would need an awfully big 18-wheeler with a payload of maybe several tons to probably get a hold of it.
Yeah, seriously. The booster itself is the bottommost stage of the Saturn rocket. It's beefy apparatus. Say that again. Beefy apparatus. Hello. Designed to power out
That's
the
a
Earth's
Jeff on a good-
atmosphere. Precursor to the Saturn V was used by Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins to a historic trip to the moon.
Wow.
So, if you find yourself in the market for the rocket, there are two things you should know about this one. First, it's in mint condition and it's never been used. If it had been, it would be at the bottom of the ocean somewhere, not available for orders. The second thing you should be aware of is even though NASA will rehome it for free, there is one catch. Whoever takes the rocket has to pay a whopping $250,000 to have it shipped.
Oh, yeah, okay. Smithsonian Institution, anybody?
You know what? If you're the
I don't think the
Museum of
Smithsonian
Science
is
and
big
Indus-
enough.
If you're the Museum of Science and Industry, why wouldn't you buy it?
Because,
Have
well,
it right next to the Ferris wheel at Navy Pier.
Or something like that. Have it outside.
actually put it next to the bean.
No, I mean seriously, you could put it there with a U-boat or something like that, and have it out there and have.
You could
people
fit the
look
bean
at it,
inside
or-
one of the rocket motors.
What is with you and the bean?
The
Don't talk about the science industry. You guys talk about the bean. I'm being serious. You guys go through the funny stuff. Okay, fine. One time I actually have a real thought, and it's like, nope, we're gonna go for the funny. Got it. You don't want a rocket, Ivan?
No, I don't want a rocket, man. I ain't got no use for no rocket.
You don't have the $250,000 to
$250,000 to bring this son of a bitch to someplace I ain't got no room for. I don't
All
even
right.
got my records, let alone a fucking rocket.
Rocket Man!
All right, we're gonna go to the article that got on the Squares page. It was so popular it was shared 9 times.
Whoa, hey, we're in the big
Okay.
time now.
Musician invents the pyro trombone that shoots flames.
Oh boy, Come on, baby, light my fire.
Valentin Guerrero is one of those kids, and the man who invented the pyro trombone. The French creative observed the public dislikes for trombone concerts, and is such took it upon himself to make them more interesting. Hence, he decided trombones should shoot flames.
Oh, wow. That man's on fire. Literally.
We got a picture of this thing. It's awesome. Yeah, don't fart. Don't fart. Yeah, seriously, that could be a problem. He invented the pyro trombone himself, no doubt. Owns the patent, but there's still room for a pyro flute if anyone feels the urge to make one.
Feel fluty?
One thing's for certain. He made the trombone a lot hotter. There's nothing like a good horn section with a brass making a comeback. The only time the band adopts the flaming instruments.
Brass has a low melting point.
It'll be big down in New Orleans. Problem is they would have to step back from the second line in order not to burn the heads off of anybody.
Apparently, he used it to play something called the Fantastic Polka. The arrangement goes 7 minutes. So he did 7 minutes with this trombone. And there's pictures, there's video of this on the site.
So is it coming out of the bell of the trombone, or where's the flame?
It's coming straight out
of the bell of the trombone.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like some fucking Batmobile shit.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This is like a MacGyver kind of thing.
La Jazz Hot.
Oh, really? No, Hot Jazz.
La Hot Jazz.
Boy, that last tune was smoking.
Yeah.
He was on fire.
No, Kenny G. John Tesh.
Yeah.
Johnny. Good.
All right, give me a solo.
Seriously. What else you got, Mike?
Now, there's probably no feeling in the world like the excitement of winning a jackpot in a lottery. Now, something very few people get to experience, but it happened to one reporter in Spain, live on the air. Natalia Escudero took part in the country's Christmas lottery, which is called El Gordo. The top prize is just over $4 million. But it gets shared among the winners if there's more than one winner.
Uh-oh.
Well, the winning number was 26590, and that's what was on Natalia's ticket. While she was reporting live, she screamed in excitement and had the champagne sprayed over around her, and then she told anchors in the studio she wouldn't be coming into work tomorrow, implying that she was quitting. What she didn't realize, though, was that
I see this coming a mile away.
She'd only be pocketing a fraction of the winnings, which is just under $6,000. Because so many other people won.
Well, she's got enough money for a fire trombone.
Yeah, she can get a trombone.
Oh my God! Hey, I'm quitting.
You gotta check that before you make statements.
Yeah, you gotta check before you get that check in hand. You don't make any decisions.
No, not.
There's always a catch.
Yeah, seriously. I have a feeling that's where you were going. It's like, she said it on the news. What's the problem? Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Next one, Jeff.
So, the USDA was working on testing something on their tariff tracker site that they were working on. And apparently when it went live, they forgot to do something to remove something that they were using as when they were testing it. And what they forgot to remove was that one of the options that you would have to look for from the tariff tracker was Wakanda.
Okay.
As in the fictional home of the Black Panther.
The sales of vibranium have gone up, my friend.
Somehow this was not caught, and apparently It was listed as one of the free trade agreement partners for the United States on the Agricultural Tariff Tracker,
Engage all defenses.
along with Colombia, Costa Rica,
Evacuate the city.
Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, and Peru.
Whoops.
What asshole did not think about this carefully?
Well, then they were testing it. They forgot to pull it off. So over the past few, and apparently not me either, because apparently this took a few weeks. Over the past few, here's a quote from their spokesman. Over the past few weeks, the foreign agricultural staff who maintain the tariff tracker have been using it to test files to ensure that the system is running properly. The Wakanda information should have been removed after testing and is not taken down.
Oh, that's too funny, man.
They noticed it when they were researching a trade deal tariffs to affect food distribution and hunger in those countries. While looking for a resource that examined the existing trade deals, he came upon the USDA tariff tracker and was instantly stunned by his discovery. I Googled Wakanda to make sure it was actually fictional. I wasn't misremembering. I mean, I couldn't believe it. That's awesome.
Okay. That's good.
Wakanda forever. I wouldn't want to trade with Wakanda. Get some vibranium. Hey, we need that to power the pyro trombone, right?
Yeah, the pyro trombone. Wakanda!
Vibranium trombone wouldn't melt.
And it wouldn't cost no $250,000 to get.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, we could trade him that for vibranium. Here,
Okay.
have this rocket.
There you go.
Okay, what do you got, Mike?
Here's another story from 1010 WINS out of New York. Out of Avondale, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Police say a woman tried to set her boyfriend on fire because he didn't want to celebrate her new job at a Subway restaurant.
What?
Kathy Jones told police.
She needed the pyro trombone.
Yeah.
She was playing the pyro trombone, trying to light his ass on fire.
Kathy Jones told police that she had a couple bottles of Smirnoff Ice and 2 strong rum drinks. Around the same time, her boyfriend wouldn't celebrate her new job at the Sub Sandwich Shop. According to KPNX in Arizona, the 46-year-old then went into a rage, spraying her boyfriend with lighter fluid and throwing lit matches at him.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
The boyfriend was able to...
Did I warn you, Jules? Did I tell you? See, women do this shit.
Yeah, they do.
The boyfriend was able to lock her outside their home until police arrived.
Oh, poor man. Is he okay?
Yes. Jones was charged with aggravated assault and criminal damage. The latter charge was for damaging a door frame of the home while she was locked outside. The boyfriend was not injured, and she was held on $15,000 bond. The mugshot is here on the page.
Yeah.
And she looks like Charles Bronson's
dude.
brother.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Dude.
God.
She looks kind of like one of those.
Well, you're
What-
talking
what
about a very well. She's 46 and she's got a job.
Well, good on her, but not good on her
She
to...
should have used the pyro trombone.
Yeah.
Pyro trombone. Wah, 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 wah.
Right. Next one there, Jeff.
Okay, so a family was cleaning their house, and they found their pet tortoise, the one that's been missing since 1982.
Whoa.
Oh, no. Oh.
It's no secret that tortoises are the most resilient animals on Earth, perfectly adapted for life in natural environments that others would find inhospitable. But one particular tenacious pet tortoise hardly sensed the survival allowed. It endured for decades in the most unnatural places, according to reports. Back in 1982, the Almeida family was sad to learn their beloved pet Manuela, a young red-footed tortoise, had gone missing. Their house was under renovation at the time, so the family just assumed that the slow-moving animal had slipped out of the gate left open by the construction crew, disappearing into the forest near their home and wherever the city is in Brazil. But they couldn't have been more wrong. The true fate of the lost pet remained a mystery for the next 30 years until they were met with an unexpected surprise. After their father passed away, the Almeida children returned to help clean out his cluttered storage room upstairs. As it turns out, the father was somewhat of a hoarder, so the room was jam-packed with things that he had found on the street, like broken televisions and furniture. Deciding it was mostly junk, the family set about moving it out front to the trash. This is when the son, Landro Leomia, was making a trip through the dumpster with a box of broken records, and asked himself and his neighbor asked if he was intending to throw out the tortoise that was holed up inside. According to the kid said, "At that moment, I was white and I did not believe." That's when the Almeidas learned amazingly that the tortoise had managed to somehow survive 3 decades. The family suspects that she has been able to sustain herself grubbing on termites, which, thanks to all that unwanted furniture, were likely in abundance. Although she seemed to be surviving just fine in the confines of the storage room, Manuela is no doubt pleased to be reunited with the family that she had so long thought gone forever. But in the end, it's hard not to be impressed by the resiliency of life and slow and steady approach to the survival taken by the tortoise, both in living with us and perhaps sometimes in spite of us.
Life finds a way.
Amazing.
Life finds a way.
Wow. That's fucking amazing.
That's some serious hoarding.
Okay, yeah. But
you don't know
the fact that the fucking turtle lasted for 30 fucking years.
That means that person never went in there, but just kept throwing shit in there. At no point ever thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I should clean it. The tortoise could be in here.
The tortoise could have been in there, yeah. So.
Holy moly! Okay.
Did the dad die amongst his? Did the dad die amongst his trappings too?
No.
Let's not go there.
Oh, okay.
What else? What do you got, Mike?
More fire stories. What is it bringing on? Starting the new year with a bang.
Burning down the house. Okay.
Woman who torched a motorhome was wearing an Act Crazy T-shirt when she was arrested. That's out of Morrisville, Pennsylvania. Police have arrested the woman who allegedly torched a motorhome in Morrisville, Pennsylvania. Kimberly Zimmerman, age 32, was arrested last Friday, and charged with 2 counts of arson and 1 count of criminal mischief. The fire happened Monday morning in the 100 block of West Bridge Street. Police say Zimmerman arrived in a black Chevy sedan, entered the home, and left just before it caught fire. The suspect was caught on surveillance video right before the fire department arrived. She could be seen wearing a gray sweatshirt with the words "Act Crazy" emblazoned across the front.
Maybe it's the same chick from Arizona.
Yeah,
the one with the burning trombone.
One with the Subway. One. She didn't get a job at Subway.
She got the job at Subway, so she ended up burning something else down with her.
She was sent to the local county prison in lieu of $75,000 bail. So
was it her place that she burned down, or somebody else's place?
I think it was somebody else's, not her own.
Great.
Oh God. Probably somebody related to the boyfriend of the lady who got the job at Subway.
Probably couldn't domestic. Interesting.
It would have been far more interesting though if they had used the pyro trombone. That is true.
That pyro trombone.
Yeah.
All right, so apparently, again, we go back to the sports. We actually have some sports stuff. Again, this has already happened. Apparently, a fan was ejected from Doug Peterson's news conference. He's the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, following their crucial win over the Dallas Cowboys. Apparently, there was a surprise visitor for this press conference, which was there was an uncredentialed person who had made their way into the conference. The fan managed to ask a question about Eli Manning and the Giants, and Philadelphia's next opponents. He asked Doug He asked Doug, meeting Eli next weekend. What do you think? Pearson replied, "Who is this? Is he with the media? Is he credentialed?" The spectator was then escorted out of the room. Pearson said, "This will be on this is the Sports Center."
I remember that. Yeah.
In fairness, I've worked enough of this. I mean, it's possible, but seriously,
Stuff like this slips through the cracks.
Yeah.
Not everyone's checking the badges or whatnot.
Now, here's the real trick. The real trick would be, because Super Bowl week, you can get anybody credentialed. Anybody. Okay? You could credential a freaking bear to show up at the Super Bowl to ask questions. Okay? You could credential Gumby to show up. That's what it's like. It would be really kind of amusing to get someone credentialed this fan to show up and ask questions while he was drunk or something. That'd be funny. But it's too old of a story. Nobody will remember it. All right, go ahead, Mike, because after this we're going to the story I've been wanting to talk about for 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. Now, you watch these shows, especially a lot of these reality shows where like Pawn Stars, where they bring something in and it might be, cool, kind of valuable and stuff. But well, when somebody brought a glass specialist, Andy McConnell, a sealed bottle dated back 150 years on Antiques Roadshow, the expert got very excited. He was so enthusiastic, in fact, that McConnell got out a syringe to taste the 150-year-old wine that he suspected was inside the bottle, which a man had found buried under his house. An audience eagerly watched as Andy sampled the mysterious brown liquid. He stated, "I think it's port. It's port or red wine, or it's full of rusty old nails, and that's rust." Well, he was partly right. 3 years after the clip originally aired, the show revisited the show, bringing Andy and the bottle owner back to the reveal that the wine, in quotation, had been tested and analyzed. She explained, "You thought it might be port or wine. That would have been nice. Inside were these brass pins. The liquid was urine."
Oh.
With a tiny bit of alcohol and one human hair.
McConaughey's like, I drank urine. I was 100 years old. All right.
Oh, boy.
You know that's where that went. All right.
As for why McConnell chose to drink it, he explained, "I was always the naughty boy at school. It was too good an opportunity to miss." But 150-year-old liquid of any sort, no thanks.
Fuck no.
That is a McConaughey.
They did a lot of weird shit 150 years ago, man.
That is a McConaughey thing to do. Only McConaughey could do that and make it work. All right. We get to a story that I found. Apparently, this is from this past March. Or last year in March.
Last March? Okay.
I just saw it.
Hey, we really going
from Vice. I cannot even believe this exists. Ivan, there's a GoPro you can put on your dick. I saw that.
A what?
A camera.
There is a camera. There is a cock ring camera.
A cock ring camera.
For $160.
So you can get on the inside action. This reminds me of a fucking Cheech and Chong skit. I mean, this is crazy.
Wasn't this one episode of Sex and the City? I don't know.
I don't know. That's the idea behind CockCam. The world's first cock ring with a camera created by the UK-based sex toy company Jules. The CockCam is a revolutionary sex toy that allows you to record all of your erotic moments at never-seen-before angles, store and view videos on your mobile device through a secure mobile app. Oh, hell no. That is not happening. That's something that gets hacked. No way.
Oh my God! Somebody's seeing somebody's virginity sitting there, somebody's urethra coming at them.
It costs $159.95 and records video in infrared night vision and HD video up to 90 minutes.
But you make your own porn video. It's just me. It's light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. That's it. And you're not
or whatever's growing inside there, baby. Do you want to see that?
The minute I saw this story, I was like, we are doing this on News of the Square. This is the News of the Squared story if I have ever heard one. It goes 1080p at 15 frames per second.
Welcome to the 21st century.
High definition pussy cam.
Can't believe this.
All I can see is this uterus coming at me.
By the way, this is on the Squares page. You can see some of this stuff. Apparently,
they actually got footage of this shit.
They have a YouTube channel.
There's a YouTube channel.
They have a YouTube channel.
Oh, I'm gonna go see this shit. I gotta see this shit.
But it gives you a better idea of how it works. This is the first.
It's just
time
how to demonstrate the item. It doesn't show it in action, Ivan.
Yeah, it doesn't really show it in action.
They can't put that on YouTube.
Well, they can. You have to. Well, anyway.
Purposes. I mean, if they can do this with sex dolls and shit, you know, I mean, it's kind of like
just not on
okay.
YouTube. I'm sure.
I would be
there's some. I'm sure there's some websites that are already in use.
Well,
so wait, this is where now Jeff has to do the obvious, which is let's go to the site and take a look at it, shall we?
I was gonna say I thought you were gonna say you're gonna buy one.
You know, we'd like to sign up for their newsletter. Is the first question. No. Let's see. Shop.
Do they have a front-facing camera? Is it a front?
They only have 4 reviews so far.
Does it got filters? Can you put little balloons around the screen?
Not yet, apparently. No.
What are those white things? It's leftover sperm from last night.
Share footage with your partner across the globe. A stretchy yet tight silicone cock ring keeping you harder for longer. So okay, there's that. And hold on. Here we go. Reviews.
She came all over it.
Oh, here we go. We got at least we have a few different reviews. Here. Well, I'll give you your option of. Well, the problem is some of these are long reads. Okay, we'll do the short reads. Even though I really want to read the review by Bondage God.
Well, go ahead.
4-minute read though.
Well, kind of, copyright.
God, I can't believe. Yeah. Oh well, it doesn't. It seems it doesn't only come in black. Apparently, you can come in some sort of brown shade.
Still looks like shit.
Yeah, it does. I was excited to test this product. Let's see. It arrived inside a smart black and white idealized square sturdy box. Tells everything about what you have here. I think it's maybe the coloring in the picture. I think it is still black. The camera itself has 6 infrared night vision lights. It also has a built-in microphone in the camera to allow you to watch as well as hear the pleasures of your video.
I don't need to hear the noises down there.
The camera itself can be
personal. Can you attach that to Bluetooth headphones?
I don't know.
Coingy.
The camera itself can be positioned either in the silicone cock ring, as it allows for more intimate video record during sex, or the camera can be attached to mount via a strong magnetic connection, as it gave us the option of positioning the camera to capture the bed in full to record us having sex or solo masturbation fun.
Now, what if he sticks somebody in the ass with it? I mean, does he
Wait,
clean
hold
up?
on. Here's important. The circumference of the cock ring is only 33 millimeters, which is smaller than your usual size cock ring.
About 1
You
and a
should
quarter
know
inches.
he's bondage guy.
Oh my God, it's good. They're purple.
The camera easily fits inside of the top of the hole of the ring. There's an easy access point for the power button. Magnetic rotation can stand on a flat surface and can tilt 90 degrees. Wait. I'm trying to go through this to see.
Any outstanding
For its
things?
initial use, I would recommend charging the camera, which takes approximately 2 hours to fully charge with a lithium battery. Now, that would be amusing. You'd be doing it the whole thing and you get nothing.
When that thing explodes inside or something.
Well, I'll tell you, them lithium-ion batteries, they last a lot longer than the nickel-cadmium ones, I tell you.
That's Here we go.
GoPro will
Hold on,
outlast me.
The silicone cock ring did a similar job in reducing the blood flow to give me a firmer erection that allows for a longer lasting session to increase the level of pleasure on climax. The only criticism I have on this product is the ring is smaller than what I would have normally used for my cock rings, and it did feel slightly too tight during wear. I feel that it would benefit if there were different sized rings available to select the one that would suit you personally. That was something I was curious about. Because it doesn't
there's definitely not a one size fits all situation.
No. Probably not. Overall, he says that it lived up to his expectations and provided me with what he wanted by filming our bedroom fun, whether it's sex or masturbation. So apparently he liked it. There you go. That's bondage God for you.
Why would I want to sit there and watch myself nut on camera? I mean, on a screen. That's crazy.
Well, why would I want to sit and watch that?
Yeah, exactly.
Experience, the user guide, FAQ, about us. We want the FAQ or about us? Hold on. What is the purpose of this cock cam? It's a cock ring which maximizes
to get even weirder than you are already.
It maximizes pleasure and gives you that extra boost in the bedroom and helps maintain a bigger and harder erection and also assists in longer performance. It is the video camera that films your intimate moments at never seen before angles. It's great for long distance relationships. Get creative. Send footage to your partner across the blood. Oh, here. Here we go. The sleeve for the cock ring looks too small for my penis. We now provide 2 sizes, a 32 millimeter ring and a 45 millimeter ring. The sleeve is made from a velvet, smooth and stretchy silicone. It increases pleasure and keeps your harder longer. It also keeps the camera steady while filming motion. This is the best way to put the ring on is to apply a small amount of water-based lubricant. Oh, could you imagine not using lubricant with this thing? That'd be painful.
Oh, man.
That'd be some chafing right there.
That's pain. That sounds like pain. No,
is the product waterproof? God, I hope so.
You would hope it would be for the battery's sake.
Yes. Well, forget that. You gotta be careful. You won't electrocute yourself to death.
That's what I'm saying.
It's DC, so...
All you mean is when you're going through the ins and outs of it, and somebody's spoofers start smoking.
Something happens.
No, we're not with DC current.
Well, I don't know. AC to DC.
It ain't the trumpet that's smoking. Some spoofers smoking.
Shop. Hold on, shop. Oh, it's reduced price. We can get it for $100.
They ain't selling too well.
So you can trade that microphone you got, Ivan, for.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Yeah, you could use it. Julie could give us a review.
Something you both could enjoy.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. No, some things remain.
There's some, okay, so here underneath where the product is, there are some reviews, and one of them is listed as here's one of the reviews. I can't believe this is a thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So put it this way. Wait a minute. Let me say something for a sec. So you put on this cock ring, and this camera is at the end of this cock ring, and everything. And while you're busy shaking yourself up, what is the camera actually filming if you're masturbating? Just the fact that you're that you're shaking feverishly or something? What the hell?
I do not know.
Well, I don't know. This sounds like something you guys really need to investigate.
We need to investigate this shit. One of us needs to buy this thing and investigate.
If we had a treasury, I'd be all over this, and you and Julie can investigate.
If we had a treasury and you'd buy the product and we'd actually put this to work, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know.
You and Julie can investigate, would create things. Me
and Julie would get creative.
Apparently, there's an app.
I know that ain't happening.
There's an app.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I don't know how you're going to top that, Mike. Go ahead, try.
Still on the fire kick, man. Fire stories.
That's how we do it. Fire.
More fire story. More fire. Good. Fire.
That's cool.
Fire. Good.
Anyone who has seen kids on Christmas morning knows that they can't wait to start playing with their new toys. Well, that's just what this 12-year-old in Texas did. But it didn't go the way his mom thought it might. Nissa Lynn Parson shared her story on Facebook, explaining how she got her son Caden a magnifying glass for the holiday. Caden, an avid reader who is into science, asked for the unique gift, and she thought it was to magnify something or to read with, but it turns out Caden just wanted to light a fire with it, and that's exactly what he did. Parson explained that soon after the gift was opened, Caden and his brothers went outside with it, but moments later they came running back into the house to announce that the lawn was on fire.
Oh, no.
And melting the Christmas lights. She and her husband ran out to see the grass turning black. They turned the sprinklers on, filled buckets with water, and threw blankets on the blaze to put it out. They were able to extinguish it before it spread to the neighbors' houses while all wearing their Christmas pajamas. So at least nobody was harmed.
But except for the grass and the lights. And
it's just like,
what a rotten fucking kid.
You're burn your grass out, kid.
Yeah.
And he went right outside.
Here, pirate trombone.
So coming back, wow, if you thought the cock cam was something, you can also see, if you go to their Squares of the Round Table Facebook page, you can see the picture of the Baby Yoda butt plug.
Baby Yoda butt club?
Butt plug.
Baby Yoda butt plug?
Yep.
Oh, who the fuck thinks of these things? What's going on with that?
I think that's a novelty thing. I'm not sure if it's
I think it's a novelty
thing. I hope so. That becomes a thing. Oh, baby, I need to have a Baby Yoda butt plug.
The road less traveled? This is the way. Okay, meanwhile. In, wait, this story is from...
I got one. So, okay. You got more. Go ahead, Mike. I'll let you
go. Well, this isn't involving any fire, but are you a recent college graduate? Are you motivated to enter the job market? Can you drive a 27-foot-long hot dog on wheels?
Whoa.
If the answer is to those questions, yes is I'll give it a shot, respectively, you're exactly the type of candidate for the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
All right.
The Chicago-based company is now officially accepting applicants for its 2020 class of Wienermobile drivers. They nickname themselves hot doggers. So let's see, that's still fire-related. To drive the highways and byways of the United States, acting as a brand spokesperson for Oscar Mayer.
Oh, man, that'd be cool.
I don't know, the free weenies.
All the free weenies you can eat.
I don't know.
We're eager to see who will cut the mustard in 2020 and travel the country on behalf of Oscar Mayer brand.
Boy, I'd be a top hot dog then.
Yeah, well, you should be able to catch up at that job.
And of course, roast that weenie with a fire trombone.
Well, as long as you relish the opportunity.
Well, at least we know our onions, right? Oh, shit.
Life is your jardiniere.
Oscar Mayer said it will hire a total of 12 hot doggers for 1 year, full-time positions, but be warned, Much like an overcooked hot dog, competition is going to be extremely tough. Last year's application period for the 32nd class of hot doggers, Oscar Mayer reportedly received more than 7,000 applications, but hired only 12.
Right.
Wow.
So, or as Oscar Mayer claims, it was easier to get into an Ivy League university than to get into Oscar Mayer Bland's class of hot doggers.
Mm.
Wow.
Once hired, the job promises a competitive salary, benefits, paid expenses, and team apparel, as well as the opportunity to be a mini celebrity in small towns and big cities throughout event appearances and media interviews.
You know what competitive salary means, right?
Competitive salary, in quotation marks.
Yeah, $15 an hour.
Yeah,
minimum
wage.
Yeah.
$15 an hour.
There you go. And how long do you got to drive this dog?
Probably for a year.
Applications are open between January 6th and January 31st. Information on where and how to submit the resumes can be found here. It's on the whole story. Is on what's this on? It's on a Fox 32 Chicago's website.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, drive the Wienermobile in 2020.
Oh man,
Be the biggest wiener on the block.
I wouldn't mind driving the Wienermobile.
Now, can you get a GoPro camera big enough to fit around the Wienermobile?
That'd be awesome.
And you would see yourself penetrate to all 50 states of the United States.
Now, if you use the GoPro cam in the Wienermobile.
While using the pyro trombone.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about here.
And at least it drives itself. You don't need $250,000 to ship it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Ride that rocket,
I'll give you a
baby.
hint, though. Saturn rocket not going to fit through the cockpit.
Ride that dog, baby. Sail it into orbit.
So Chris I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. Mendoloa from Texas decided to get a tattoo symbol on himself that was tattooed on his new rescued pup. Perhaps he should have done a little bit more research about that. Because he noticed it on below the pup. His beloved pup had this mark on below the pelvic area, and the mark sickened him. So he decided that he was going to, in unison, he was going to get that tattoo. And here's the thing, that would be great because he got it on his bicep, but apparently that symbol means that he's neutered.
So no GoPro camera for him.
Well, for the dog, at least.
Yeah, for the dog.
That ship has sailed.
Him or the dog.
Actually work in his favor, you know what he's in his
So apparently there are all kinds of questions about, don't let mom see, are you neutered too? Guess you're neutered.
It's like those crazy people that put Japanese symbols on their arms and they don't even know what they mean.
They don't even know what they mean.
Yeah, well, in fairness, he was trying
people are running around with chop suey on the between their shoulder blades.
Yeah, it was happened to Ariana Grande, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said,
What was that, sukiyaki or some shit? She ended up
Yeah, it was some food or something. She has since had it corrected, obviously. But so do your research before you put a tattoo on your body.
Yeah. If you're going to put katakana on your person, know what the fucking katakana means, okay? Shit.
What was the name of that restaurant we were going to try that was up in Madison? Was it Fuck You on Dick Street or something like that? Or
Fucking Good.
Fucking Good.
Yeah.
On Dick Street or some weird shit like
That's
that.
right,
or...
yeah.
It's fucking good.
Fuking. F-O-O.
Yeah, K-U-K.
It's fucking good.
I'll have a few more, Mike. What do you got?
I got one more here. This will close us out. We need a Florida man story, so I'm here to provide. Happy New Year. You're welcome.
I got a few more after that, but keep going.
Yeah. Another one out of Q1043. A Florida man was left rattled after he woke up to find another man sucking on his toes.
For a minute, they got dangerously close.
The man thought he was being robbed and told the intruder he didn't have any money. The suspect said he wasn't there to rob, but continued to suck his toes.
Suck out his toes.
The homeowner punched the man, and the two started brawling. At one point, the suspect claimed to have had a gun and tried to grope the victim. The man managed to force the suspect outside and called 911. The intruder started to kick the man's car and broke the windshield, smashed a window in the house. Suspect fled before the police arrived. They brought in a canine unit to track the suspect, but were unable to locate him because they had to. The dog probably had to sniff his feet to get the proper scent.
Follow the man with the foot fungus in his mouth.
Yeah.
Pull it up with the cock cam.
The toe sucker is still on the loose in Florida, so be warned.
Well, at least for a second there, Mike, I thought toe sucker was going to be another thing. I was like, oh my god, I would be mortified if I woke up and I had somebody sucking on my toes, man. That's just
yeah. Well,
they sucked on my toes, I kill them. My toes are bad.
Know, right? Don't suck on Ivan's toes.
Don't suck on Ivan's toes, man. No.
What is with the fire theme this week?
Yeah,
Cancer patient set on fire in our operation in Romania. Maybe this isn't what I were going to go. Okay, it was an accident. Okay, enough. We're not going here.
Okay, we're not going there.
Mike has a story that he posted about 16 house cats and their owners sue the North Carolina County over civil rights violations.
Huh?
What?
That's correct.
What happened?
What? Wait a minute. Okay, elucidate.
I'm getting there. Hold on. I thought Mike might actually do it. The federal court filing accuses the Gaston's County of civil rights violations, and the names on the complaint belong to cats. Defendants Boo Tony the Tiger, girlfriend Sarah, Bubba Logan, silly girl Sally, Rascal Russell et al. Were seized by the county's animal control officers in early November from a Cherryville home of Damon Fields, the court documents show. Now the names of the pets and their owner appear on the cover page of an unusual federal complaint alleging violations of due process, human and feline alike. This dates back to November 5th when animal control officers responded to a neighbor's complaint and researched Fields' small ranch home, a home that Assistant Gaston County Attorney Sam Shames says reeked so badly of cat pee that investigators had to don masks before entering inside. Shames says that the officers tiptoed around an incredible large amount of cat poop. They left with the 16 cats, including 5 kittens. Fields was charged with 16 counts of misdemeanor animal cruelty. The county started a $28 a day tab for cost of housing, feeding, and caring for each of these animals, a bill that reached more than $10,000 in 30 days. Fields did not return phone calls about seeking for comment. Under the deferred prosecution plan in mid-December approved by a Gaston County judge, Fields had his criminal charges put on hold and his financial debt to the animal control waived, provided that he kept only 5 cats at his home. Fields had to pick the pets he wanted to keep and have them sterilize. The rest, if healthy, would be put up for adoption. He also had to open his house about 40 miles west of Charlotte to animal control inspectors over the next 6 months. Nobody's trying to put this guy in jail, but that would not accomplish very much. We're trying to help him get him the help that he needs. 2 weeks after all sides signed off, Fields claims a civil rights violation against both him and his cats, which he describes as his therapy companions, surfaced in a Charlotte federal court. Quote, "My family and I were denied the right to have a fair trial before we were accused and taken and stuffed in a box cell cage." He wrote in his filing. He wants all 16 back, along with $2,500 in damages for the injuries and emotional damages to myself, to my babies and myself. He argues that cats have rights too. No, they don't.
Oh, no.
Fields also argued that the seizure was unlawful and unfair given the conditions at his home had deteriorated around the 1st of November, in part because he'd been hospitalized and operated on after a car accident. He besides, he wrote, I wasn't expecting any guests. No, they're the cops. They're not allowed to. You don't have to have a guest.
Well,
The latest development caught Shames by surprise. You ruined my day. I've never seen a cat listed as a party to a federal lawsuit. Case has a very unusual set of facts. Yeah, what?
I'm sorry. Okay, no, the fuck no.
No. And finally, the last story that we got. The last story we got was something I caught earlier today.
Nobody's gonna want that house anymore. I had to burn that bitch down after all is said and done, man.
We know how to burn it down. Get that kid from Texas with the magnifying
glass. Yeah, get that trombone, man. Get that fire trombone going.
And finally, we will end out on a
trombone salute.
We will end out on a Florida man. We will end up on a Florida story. Florida police were called for a woman screaming, "Let me out!" This was in Palm Beach. The deputies responded to reports of someone screaming for help. This was December 29th of 2019. After showing up, the deputies soon discovered that the supposed victim was actually a parrot named Rambo. The owner was changing the brakes on his car. When deputies arrived and notified him that his neighbor had called the report, there was a woman screaming inside, asking for help and to be let out. The owners then introduced Rambo to the officers.
Who trains their parrot to say, "Let me out"?
I don't know.
Just like they train parrots to say all kinds of things, man.
I haven't gotten before. I was changing my brakes on my wife's car and had my 40-year-old parrot out on his outside perch where he sings and talks. Sometime later, 4 police officers show up saying a neighbor called because he heard a woman screaming for help. I promptly introduced the officers to Rambo. We all had a good laugh. Afterward, I also introduced Rambo to the neighbor who called in the screaming. Luckily, his neighbor also had a good laugh about the entire situation. Sometimes Rambo yells out, "Help, help, let me out," explained the man. It's something I taught him when I was a kid, and Rambo lived in a cage. Well, that's your own damn fault.
Well, that explains everything.
What are you doing? All right, okay, Mike. If people want to learn more about how to create parrots and fire trombones and cot cams and how to have civil rights for cats and Baby Yoda butt plugs and whatever else you want.
And of course, if you're still interested in that missile, and if you got $250,000 to spend,
it's a rocket, and Just don't toe suck me, okay? Don't set me on fire, because apparently everybody wants to.
No toe sucking.
No toe sucking. And don't, if your pet has been spayed or neutered, perhaps you should get a tattoo in solidarity. I don't know.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, just to tell you how much you love your neutered animal.
Yeah.
Check us out on Facebook. We got all the crazy stories there. Shout out to Scott. We're on Instagram and Twitter at SOTRT Podcast. We're on YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe, when new content drops. We're on Spotify, Podbean, Anchor, Google, and Apple. Leave us a review. We'd appreciate it. Email us at sotrtpodcast@gmail.com.
Yay!
That'll do it this week, fellas.
Gosh. We'll see you all next time.
Yeah. Okay. I have to go check out my tortoise I just found from 30 years ago.
Hey.
Make sure you don't touch that bottle that's been sealed for 150 years, man.
Yeah, if you find a bottle from 150 years ago buried in your yard, don't.
Yeah, bury it along with the turtle.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, catch y'all next time.
Bye for now.